Thank you, Chair, for letting me continue, because I want to come back to this issue of the detention camps and the re-education camps in the Uyghur Autonomous region, and just ask a clear question. I really would like to invite the State Party to respond to the many reports about the millions of people who have been detained in this region. I would ask you to please disclose details on what grounds people are sent to the so-called re-education camps. What due process rights are they afforded? Can you give me the laws that, or copies of the laws that those detentions are based on? Are there police reports about their offenses when they were, picked up by the police? And can you give us copies of any of those documents that might give us a sense of why these camps were created, for what purpose, and what indeed happens when someone is put into these re-education camps? Another question I want to ask is about the policy that was passed in 2017, although it seems to have been operative maybe before, that called for Uyghur students to come back. I would like for you to tell us what are the current circumstances of the Uyghur students who may have returned voluntarily to be cooperative or were forcibly returned to China in the period in the since I think maybe 2012. In particular, those who were returned from Egypt and Turkey in 2017, from Thailand in 2015, and from Cambodia and Malaysia in 2012. I've seen reports that that upwards of 100 of them were disappeared, that some were detained, that some were died in detention. So if you could actually give us some details about all of those students who returned. And finally, I want to ask a question about the treatment of Uyghurs in Hong Kong and the application of the unified screening mechanism. I want to ask our Hong Kong authorities here to please respond. Will the Hong Kong authorities consider non-refoulement claims made by individuals from Xinjiang and Tibet or other parts of China who find themselves in Hong Kong and are at risk of torture or other forms of cruel and inhumane treatment if they are returned to the mainland? So the question is the unified screening mechanism that really is put in place to observe the non-refoulement rights of people returning. You apply that to the Uyghurs as well? Thank you.